Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. In today's episode, it's back. Return of the Danger Trike. As I suspected, the guy, he got it. I gave it back to him. For those who didn't watch the last video, this trike showed up. It's got an air-cooled Volkswagen back end. And for channel folks, you guys know that's what I work on a lot is air-cooled Volkswagens. So local folks know me as a guy that can work on air-cooled Volkswagens. I got this thing running like a top, like literally. I mean, I haven't really run it in a while, but like runs great, does the things. Choke is on, but anyway, I gave it back to him. I was like, listen, it's dangerous. I got it running. I don't want much to do with this. Like right now, the reason it's dangerous, this brake controls that wheel. This brake controls that wheel. So if you squeeze them a little bit off, whatever one you squeeze harder, it wants to turn the bike that way. Kind of like having like tractor brakes. There's no brake on the front wheel. So I told him it's dangerous. The brakes need to be redone. I kind of didn't want to do it. He got it. He drove it inexplicably. He just plated it, put it on the road. In fact, it came back with him driving it, which is just crazy to me. But he said, the brakes are dangerous. I can't do it. I don't want to do it. Please fix it. So it's back. This video, we are going to try to resurrect this. Now, when this was new, somebody knew the right way to build one of these is to put a real master cylinder on it with a big pedal for your foot, which isn't busy operating hand controls, and have it go to a T and feed both back brakes at the same time. So you get linear, easy push power here. Obviously, that's been disabled in favor of the drift brake setup it has now. So in this video, we are going to try to reverse engineer however this was set up. I see a Volkswagen reservoir here. That even looks like it might be a Volkswagen reservoir holder. And then this master cylinder is not Volkswagen. I'm 99% sure it's not. I could be wrong, but I got to take it off to know. But yeah, we're just going to try to get this thing fixed. We're going to straighten out this lower bar here. I don't know if you guys can see it. That's kind of cocked in, so it's pushed so close over here that your foot actually hits it when you're stepping on the clutch. Not so great. So yeah, just some basics, but really it's just going to be a brake job. Ultimately an engineered brake job, but still a brake job. So I'm going to dig in. We got to pull the back off. We got to pull the front here off, at least this part of the front. Kind of hoping it's not, yeah, it's all one piece. Great. And these, oh good, these are Allen heads from the 80s. That's going to be fun. Anyway, stay tuned. We're going to pull it apart. Let's learn together how whoever made this originally thought you were supposed to stop it. And let's try to put it back to that. All right, just like last video, back is off. Anybody who's interested in how this all comes apart, watch the other trike video. I'm not gonna bore everybody this time with it. What we're after is the brakes, which now I have to get this red cowl off so we can get that brake pedal exposed and see what the master cylinder is like. But essentially, the wheel cylinders are here. This is the brake line, and right now it's just coming over to this union and running up to this line. Sorry for that. Same thing over here. So the plan is we're going to get a brake T. We're going to T these brake lines together here and then run a line up to the master cylinder. So let me figure out how to get this thing off and I'll bring you guys back in. All right, so taking this off kind of stinks. It's not just the regular bolts that were like on the side here. There's a bunch of really sketchy wiring up underneath here. We got blinkers that don't work, a headlight that doesn't work. This is the master cylinder we're after here. I think the plan is going to be we have two ports in the back. We're going to run one to each wheel cylinder instead of putting a T on it, and we're going to cap off the front. Clearly there used to be, you can see it here, there used to be a front brake on this, but the existing wheel that's on it has no provision for it. Fork looks like it had provisions for a caliper at one point on both sides. I don't know. That's going to be something that the guy can figure out if he wants to try to add a front brake with a disc on it or something. Could reactivate this. I don't know if this master cylinder is any good is the other problem, so we really got to get this whole thing apart. So that's what we're working on now. All right, we got the cowling up out of the way enough. It's kind of hoping to reuse these lines here for the brake fluid, but they're hard as a rock and going to leak. So the plan is to get the master cylinder off, take these off, take the hose clamps off. Let's just get this master cylinder off and over on the table and see if we can save it. And I got to find some hose replacements. And then we're going to try we'll start replumbing. Alrighty, master cylinder is here. It's rusty. We're going to pull off the lines, move the caps, pull off the stumps. Nothing really crazy. Gotta find 2 wrenches that are going to work. No, you don't want to see this. Alright, let's Alright, now we just wiggle it off. Alright, we got one end. Still fluid on that. That's a good sign. Now I got to remove the plug here because we're going to move the plug up to the front to block off the front fully and only have the back. Gotta find another wrench because that ain't gonna fit. Alrighty, so we're going to get stopped for a bit. These are the ports for the brake light switches on a Volkswagen. These are direct path to the pressure. These are going to need plugs as well. It's got a brake light switch on it, so I need to order, and this one's like basically rounded off, so I need to order 4 plugs so that I can plug this stuff up that we're not going to use. I guess I'd order 3 plugs. We're going to plug up the front fully, and the rear we're going to have, actually I think I'm wrong about that. I think this might be for the rear brakes here because it's only one out. So we're going to hook the fronts up to the rear cylinders using this and this. This is going to get a plug, and then the rear, which is in the front of the master cylinder, the front, is going to get plug. So let me get some plugs and I can get some new hose at the same time, and we'll be back. Alrighty, lost some footage, didn't have the record button hit, thought I did some work. Not a ton. I'll show you guys what I did. Really not much. More danger, more than anything. So we got the new master cylinder, bolted it in, still fits. I converted over to a single port master cylinder instead of the old dual port Volkswagen one, just because it's just running rear brakes anyway. Filled the fluid up, I got a line on, filling it with fluid. The other thing I did was I put a factory Volkswagen pressure switch in here. There was some kind of plastic doodabber here that was touching this and like electrical contacts, and it was rigged into the handlebars up here and that crap. It was all bad, so I took all that out. It just runs off the stock pressure switch now, and it does work. I hooked it up just to make sure it would work. I have actually really good pedal already. I didn't even bleed it. The problem is, like everything else on this death trap, these are set up terrible. So what I noticed was we got these copper lines that are coming back, you know, and these are the actual brake lines that are feeding the whole thing. The other one's in here, down here, right up in this contraption of wires. But what they're doing is they're coming over and they're going right to the wheels, right from there. So you have the rigid frame and connecting with rigid pipe to the wheels, which go up and down. So essentially what you've created is a fatigue point on these brake lines to fatigue the lines as this thing goes over bumps, and they will break, and it's a single circuit. So when they do break, it all goes away and there's no more brakes. So the answer to that problem is some flexi lines. Now the way Volkswagen would have set this up would have been, if this was a Beetle back half, a single line coming from the master cylinder to a T and then out to each line. I didn't do that. I set them up on multiple, each side, each port. There's 3 ports. I used the 2 front ports to feed this. Doesn't really matter. It's all one circuit. I could have used the single back port and teed it. I could have used the 2 front ports. I used the 2 front ports just because I wanted to maximize flow and not have a T. And I figure even though it's single circuit, I've kind of got 2 distinct paths for potentially emergency braking. I'm not sure it's going to really do anything, but it just made more sense in my head. So what I'm going to do is take the flexi lines and I'm going to attach them firmly to something here, somewhere on the frame, somewhere nearby here, so that I can convert from the hard line, it'll go flexi, to the part that actually moves up and down. So I got to make some stumps of hose to go here, a stump of hose over here to connect, or of line to connect to my rubber hose. Other fun things we noticed, like this pivot here was just a bolt with no nut on it, so that wasn't good. So I threaded this, drove this in, and I used the nut. I put a nut on back here to act as a backstop, so that we actually have a backstop to this. Touches the nut, and then I adjusted this push rod here for the brakes, so that the push rod actually has some movement on it. You don't want these things so tight, so if this rod's too long, it'll keep pressure on the master cylinder, and if it doesn't spring all the way back, like fully back, it never uncovers the port for the fluid, and you'll end up building brake pressure constantly. Every time you use the brakes, it doesn't release all of it, and it builds up and locks the brakes up. The other thing we noticed was the clutch cable down here. This was not bolted on. This had a loose bolt with a single nut that had backed all the way off to the end. So we double nutted that to put some more tension on the clutch. So yeah, that's kind of where we're at. The other thing the guy asked me to do was he just asked me to get the headlight working somehow. Man, this wiring, there's no somehow. He knows he's got to get someone to redo this wiring. I mean, we've got house wiring, wire nuts, and all sorts of junk. It's terrible. I'm not messing with any of that. I want this thing out of here as quick as I can. So what I'm going to do is jump the brake light power to the headlight, just so that when you turn the vehicle on, the light will come on. There's no turning it off, but again, on all the time is better than off all the time. So I'm going to get set up. I'm going to get these flexible lines mounted somewhere. We'll get some brake lines made, and I'll bring you guys back in. Alrighty, as advertised, I saved you guys the fun of watching me flare fittings. We got the line here, goes over to our flexible line, which is here. And then same thing on this side. Ignore the shifter that has to be reinstalled. But yeah, same thing over here. Goes to our flexible line, goes over. We did some quick bleeding of the brakes just to make sure we were good. Brakes seem to be bled well. I'm just going to hook a wire up for the headlight to the brake power so that he has a headlight, and we are going to put this thing back together. All right, it's back together. We are going to start this cream puff, try to drive it out to the yard, get rid of it, make it go away, have the guy come get it. Brakes seem good. We got all the crap cleared off from the old brakes. Shifter's back on. Pretty sure that we have a headlight now, based on careful work and quality wiring. We got our lights. I'm going to check and make sure that the brakes actually light those lights. Hopefully they are in fact doing that. And yeah, so let me get this thing set up and we'll back it out. Neutral. Come on, ignition lock. Alrighty folks, that's a wrap. I never want to see this thing again. Just to recap what we did, we removed the brakes that were up here that were controlling each wheel individually, and we moved it down to a single pedal with a Volkswagen master cylinder, made a single circuit down here. We straightened this guy out, we activated the headlight, we reran the lines in the back so that we have rubber lines to prevent fatigue, bled the brakes, adjusted them, that's pretty much it. It still runs and drives like it did before. I didn't mess with the motor or anything. We did have to tighten up some of this top-notch clutch linkage, which I'm not responsible for, and we did make the brake lever have a little bit more spring to come back. But yeah, other than that, this baby's going down the road. I hope to never see it again. Hopefully this is the last trike on the channel. I think for those of you that are here for Volkswagen content, you know, here it is. There's the Volkswagen parts, guys. Hope you enjoyed it. Everybody else, you know, stay tuned. I think next up video is going to be finishing up the Type 4 engine. I've got the pistons and cylinders. I just need time to put it on. And we'll get back to the content that I actually enjoy working on. So thanks for watching, and subscribe.